Hey guys, this is Dr. Jeff and welcome to the Blueprint Part 2. In this blueprint, you're going to learn how to gain the attention, love, and respect of your kids and rekindle the romance in your relationship at the same time. And we promise if you follow the blueprint, guys, you're going to have a great time doing it. Now, why is this important to you now? In the Blueprint Part 1, we look closely at some very disturbing statistics concerning marriage, kids, the ever-increasing effects that stress is having on our relationships and on our health. If you did not see the Blueprint Part 1, I would suggest you watch it now before watching Blueprint Part 2. Why this is important to you: the Blueprint will teach you the 4 pillars of building the healthy relationships you desire with your kids, with your spouse. It's going to teach you how to bring the romance back, and at the same time, you're going to learn how to reduce stress and improve your health. You may be wondering, is the Blueprint for me? Well, if you're in a relationship and you want to make it rock solid, or you're having some health issues that you would like to improve, this blueprint is definitely for you. Now, I have to establish the house rules, folks. The blueprint is not a quick fix type of program. If you expect to do nothing and get results, if you're not action oriented and able to make decisions, if you lack the ability to follow simple steps, then this blueprint is probably not for you. Now, I have to give you a small confession here, folks. Up until a few years ago, 11 to be exact, I didn't know what the blueprint was. I'm a retired physician. I had multiple practices. When I started my career, I had a young family, I had a young wife, I had 4 children, but my major driving force was to be very successful in my career, and I worked hard to achieve that. But there came a point in my life when I realized, my marriage wasn't doing what it should be. It was in trouble. I had teenage kids that were acting out. It just didn't make sense that I could be so successful in one area of my life and a complete failure in another area. But thankfully for me and my family, a friend of ours introduced us to the same blueprint you're seeing today. And the last 10 years have been dramatically different for my wife and our relationship and for my children. Today I have grandkids. My grandkids are learning to follow the blueprint from a very early age, so they'll be able to pass this down to their children and their children's children. One of my favorite people in the whole world is Coach Lou Holtz. Great coach, great motivator. He gives speeches all around the country and always says this in his speech: everybody needs 4 things. We need something to do, someone to love, something to hope for, and something to believe in. Folks, that's what this blueprint is all about. It's about the most important thing in your life, your relationships. Up until now, the blueprint was only taken advantage of by the wisest, wealthiest, and most connected people. But today, anyone can follow the blueprint. What would you like to improve? Maybe your relationships? Maybe your health? Are you stressed out? I mean, stress today is killing us, folks. Heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States, and it's stress related. Depression, anxiety, obesity, headaches, asthma. The list goes on and on of what stress is doing to our bodies physically. But stress not only harms us physically, it makes your relationships sick. Perhaps you're here because you want to improve your relationships with your kids. Your kids have their own problems. Whether they're in preschool, middle school, high school, they have their own issues they're dealing with. They're confused, they're lost, they're unsure. Today, the TV and the internet have a major influence in your children's lives, and I can promise you, folks, in most cases, it's not good. This is a website called Scripps where you can get information from doctors. In a recent article, they talked about how much time does your kid spend in front of a screen. Did you know that today the average 8 to 10-year-old will spend up to 8 hours a day in front of some type of screen, whether it's a TV screen, a smartphone screen, a computer screen? If you have teenagers, they're spending over 11 hours a day on a screen. Folks, according to Diane Lindbergh, who's a medical doctor, the way children learn is by doing active play and active activities. If your children are spending this much time in front of a screen, they're missing out, and basically it's robbing them from interacting with other people, with their parents, with their friends. It's not a good thing for kids to spend this much time in front of a screen. Let's look at TV. The average time spent watching television in the United States is 5.11 hours per day. That means the average person will have spent 9 years of their life watching television. And it's even worse for your children. They asked the percentage of 4 to 6 year olds who would rather watch TV or spend time with their father. 54% preferred television over spending time with their dad. If you have a child in school, they'll attend school this year approximately 900 hours. They're going to watch television for approximately 1,200 hours. Folks, you got to get your kids out from in front of the computer, out from in front of the TV. These 4 pillars were designed to help you gain back the attention, love, and respect of your kids, and to help you rekindle the romance in your relationships at the same time. The second pillar is get outside and get moving. Now, it sounds simple, folks. Get outside and get moving, but we're not doing it. We're in front of the TV. We're in front of the computer. Now, we're not talking about running 18 miles a day or taking up cross-country skiing. Let's just take the first step. Turn the TV off, shut down the computer, get off the couch, and get outside. And if you have kids, for goodness sakes, take them with you. Now that you're outside, what do we do next? Well, you know, getting outside and getting moving is one of the best and easiest ways to create the relationships you want with your children, with your spouse, with the people that are most important in your life. But most of all, you need a plan. So let's look at some resources we found. This is from Harvard Medical School. It says spending time outdoors is good for you. Well, what does getting outdoors do for you? Well, it helps you synthesize vitamin D, the sunlight hitting your skin. Vitamin D helps fight certain conditions like osteoporosis, cancer, even can prevent heart attacks. If you're outside, there's a chance you might get some exercise. At least you're not in front of a TV or a computer. You know, research shows that people that go outside are happier. Light tends to elevate your mood. People get cheered up. It helps them relax. Your concentration is going to improve. Studies show that children with ADD or ADHD focus better after being outdoors. So just getting outside is the first step. Now, if you have children, whether they're small kids in middle school, high school, I love this website called familyeducation.com. They have an endless list of things you can do with children of any age. Let's just look at a few examples. Top 10 outdoor winter activities. The 10 best themed craft activities. Outdoor activities for children ages 6 to 10. 8 fun and cheap family fitness activities. The top 10 wintertime neighborhood games. I mean, folks, the list is endless. If you're confused on where to start, what do I do? How do I plan this? I highly advise you go to this website, and they have so many things already done for you. Just pick one that sounds good and give it a try. It's going to make your relationships better, and it's going to make you healthier. Now, Disney has a great website called family.com. You know, some of you have kids that just are great athletes, they excel at sports, and they love any type of sport. Some of us, on the other hand, have kids that whenever you mention get outside, they go and hide in the corner. Well, what they found is that the same kids who balk at going outside, if you can plan some out-of-the-box things or make specific challenges for them with the different activities they're doing, they get excited. So if you have one of those kids that would rather spend the whole day with a DVD or a DS or playing on his iPad and refuses to get outside, go to this website, disneyfamily.com, read this article and get some great ideas for getting your little couch potato outdoors. Now, maybe you don't have kids at home, but maybe you are suffering from stress and you're just wondering, looking for things to do. Well, this is from the Mayo Clinic. Folks, it's been proving that getting outside and getting moving will decrease your stress. It helps you build feel-good endorphins, and it distracts you from your daily worries. It doesn't really matter what kind of exercise you're doing, whether you're just going for a walk, you're doing aerobics, yoga, any type of exercise can act as a stress reliever. So it's important to understand the connection between exercise and stress relief. So if you're looking for some ideas, maybe you have limited mobility, maybe you're older, read this article for some great tips on how you too can get outside and get moving. The second pillar to gain the attention, love, and respect of your kids and to rekindle the romance in your relationship is to get outside and get moving. If you need some additional resources besides what we've showed you here today, please send us an email to admin@yourgetawayrewards.com and we'll be sure to get those to you. We hope part 2 of the blueprint gave you some ideas to start taking your relationships to the next level. If so, we promise you that part 3 is really going to be an adventure. The final video in the series, the blueprint, will show you the best way to put the 4 pillars into action. And folks, we guarantee if you do this one thing and you combine it with the 4 pillars, you're going to gain the attention, love, and respect of your kids. You're going to rekindle the romance in your relationships, and you're going to have a great time doing it. This is Dr. Jeff. Have a great day.